Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our Wednesday encouragement today. It's a really busy time right now. There's so much going on I want to tell you about. This week, our ladies are having their Women of Worth retreat at Blessings Lodge, and the junior and senior high youth are going to be going to Scaremare in Lynchburg. Scaremare combines kind of a funhouse atmosphere with some seasonal fright and a positive message. And so we're going to be meeting Friday afternoon at 4:45 and eating dinner, after which we'll be heading to Scaremare. Tickets are $14, and you need to contact Christy Martin to reserve your spot. And Sunday, the 16th, we're going to have our congregational meeting to select officers for 2023. And that afternoon is Crop Walk to fight hunger. We'll be providing the rest and refreshment stop for the walkers, and there are a couple ways you can help with that. One is to pick up some individually wrapped snacks for the walkers while you're out at the store. There's a basket by the information desk where you can put your donations for that. And also, if you'd like to help set up or take down or staff the tables, we would be glad to have you help with that. Just call the office or email me, and I'll get you signed up for that. And then Saturday, October 22nd, this is our big thing. From 1 to 4 p.m., we're going to have our annual Fall Festival. It's a great time of family fun with the large inflatable games and food, candy, and a lot more. If you can donate candy, there's a basket at the information desk for that. And we could use your help in staffing the games and the food stations, even if it's only for part of the afternoon. If you'd be willing to help with that, just call the office or email me, and I'll get you signed up. Last year was our biggest one ever, and we're hoping to have even more folks come this year, and you can be a part of that. There are also flyers with information about the Fall Festival available at the information desk and the children's check-in desk that you can hand out as information to your friends. And don't forget about each week we have our seniors Bible study that meets Tuesday mornings at 10 o'clock. We're looking at the early church right now and what we can learn about reaching out to our modern world from the church as it was in the beginning. And we would love to have you come and be a part of that Tuesday mornings at 10 o'clock. Well, back when Christy and I were living in Tidewater, one of her kindergarten students' parents had season tickets to the minor league hockey team there, the Norfolk Admirals. And once, when they were going to be out of town, they offered her their tickets to a game. Well, I like hockey, and she likes new experiences, and hey, free tickets. So we went. And this family had really good seats. I mean, right on the glass. You're nose to nose with the players when they're checked into the boards. It's great. It's like being in the game yourself. But going to a hockey game with a kindergarten teacher is, well, it's a different experience. A few minutes in, there was a penalty. And she said, "So if he does something bad, he has to go sit in timeout, right?" I said, "Yeah, if he does something bad, he has to go sit in timeout for 2 minutes. If he does something really bad, he has to sit in timeout for 5 minutes. And if he does something really, really bad, he gets sent to his room without supper." That's life with a kindergarten teacher. Well, Tiger Williams holds an all-time record among NHL players, but not the kind that gets you into the Hockey Hall of Fame. It's not all-time goals, assists, or wins as a goaltender. No, Williams holds the distinction of having spent the most total minutes in the penalty box. 3,791 minutes he spent in what hockey calls the sin bin. That's the equivalent of almost an entire season sitting in timeout, as my wife would say. When you're sitting in the penalty box, you're not doing your team any good. And what's more, your team is having to play a man short, which makes it more likely that the other team will be able to score. And he spent the equivalent of 66 entire games sitting in the penalty box. Now, here's the thing. Every single one of us has messed up spiritually. And the guilt from our sin can keep us from thinking we're capable of doing anything really productive for God's kingdom. But Jesus came not only to bring us forgiveness, but to free us from the guilt that can weigh on us so heavily. Because I don't know about you, but there are times when I can start feeling guilt over things that God has already forgiven, but I've struggled to forgive myself for. And that kind of guilt can paralyze us, and it can make us feel like we're not capable or worthy of serving God effectively. But listen to what God says in Galatians 5. He says, "It is for freedom that Christ has set us free." Jesus set us free from having to follow this long list of requirements of the law, and he doesn't want us to go back to living that way. He set us free from having to live with our hands shackled by our guilt. But he took off the shackles. He let us out of the penalty box. And he doesn't want to see us go right back to living under those same constraints again. Because when we do, we not only live a miserable life, but we become ineffective and we don't help build his kingdom. On top of that, we make it harder on everyone else because they're facing the enemy shorthanded. So when the enemy starts to make you feel guilty and unworthy, remember that you are worthy. Not because of your own goodness, but because the one who made you worthy says you are. Over the years, my daughter has grown to share my enjoyment of hockey, but my wife never asked to go to another game after that one. Something about slamming a guy into a wall not being very nice and thinking that they all should go to timeout until they apologized. I told her I'd voice her concerns to the NHL. They haven't returned my calls yet.